And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. And you've got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. You look at the Magic, they're playing really well, moving up now to the top spot in our rankings.
And checking out Chicago, they're moving in the wrong direction. The good news, though, it's still early in the season. A lot of games left to be played, plenty of time to turn things around.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, the ceremony was delayed, and understandably so, but at last, the Hall of Fame class of 2020 was enshrined. And what a class it was, led by Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and of course, the late, great Kobe Bryant headlining the 9 inductees. There was tremendous poignancy with Kobe's inclusion coming so recently after his tragic death. And it was a night that none of us are going to forget. Guys?
Thank you, D.A. Both teams tonight, Greg, love to push the ball up the floor, even off made shots.
You know, trying to find an opening before the half-court D can set up, I think you're going to see more and more of that every year.
I agree. And the Houston Rockets starting 5. We've got Drexler. Olajuwon is out there with Pippen, and it's Francis in at the 1. And for Chicago, he got Rodman. Jordan is out there with Harper. Then there's Bill Wennington, and it's Kukoc in at the 3. Tip-off goes to Houston. Here's Francis. He's guarded by Harper. Here he goes. 2 points. That one goes.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Jordan. Outside Harper. And in off the glass.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
Here's Drexler. A shot. No good. And the Bulls going the other way now. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season. And there's Michael Jordan, the assist from Rodman.
And Jordan is simply amazing at finishing through contact. Doesn't matter what you throw at him or who, he finds a way to score.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Drexler against Jordan. And Drexler throws it down.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
And this is why you just can't give Jordan a running start. I mean, once he has that, the launch pad is set, and he's going to ecstasy right through the air and on top of your head.
Here's Francis after the Bulls pick up 2. Here's Olajuwon. The rebound by Jordan.
Well, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
From deep, Jordan. The Rockets pull it in. Drexler outside. Oh, good on the 3. The Bulls have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Off to Kukoc. Trying to find Drexler. He's got it now. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Rodman with the block.
Nasty defense from Rodman, part of his signature. I mean, he's really good at that end of the floor, and he can turn shots away, too.
Now here's Rodman. And slam.
Nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
For Houston, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain their confidence.
got the nickname Ride the Glide for reasons on display there. Loves to jam it home.
Michael Jordan on the wing. Cuts for the head. And slams up by Jordan.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
And we all know what can happen when he gets rolling. A hot start can turn into an explosive scoring night.
Now here's Jackson. 8 points his last outing. Good on the bucket. Drexler's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Both teams will make substitutions.
A moment here to see the stats for Porter, how he performed last season. Put up about 10 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the line.
There's always a demand for shooters, man. Half jumper, will travel. Tell him. Most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
1:51 left in the first quarter. Trier passes to Porter. Houston moving the ball around. Pass to Trier. Pulls up, high post. Rebounded by Wellington.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. There's Williams. It's blocked. Pass to Perry. Just 2 to shoot. And the Bulls with another miss. It's trailed by 3. Porter with it. And Crawford picks him up defensively. Here's Perry. His last outing, he had 8 points. That one goes. Tony.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And so it's Houston with it. The Bulls getting the bucket. Deep 2 from Trier. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. The Bulls leading by 3. Crawford outside. Outside Williams. Now here's Crawford. Launches it. Rebounded by Bell. Now here's Porter. He's covered closely. Driving inside. Makes it off the glass.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
There's Crawford with the 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's Chicago up by 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
Chicago leading. So on the floor for Houston. They got Elijah on. They've been out there with Drexler. And it's Francis in at the point. Rocket shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. And for 3, Rebound by the Bulls.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for bucket leaders were
And the hotline antics of Jordan simply awesome. One of the best dunkers this game has ever seen.
It's trailed by 3. Now Drexler. 6 points for him. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
The try by Jordan. Oh, they recover. Williams finds Jordan. Here's Williams. Right side, Kukoc. Second shot opportunity. Got a piece of it. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Francis. Oh, at that time of the shot that would have put them on top. And Chicago shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Drexler with the defensive effort.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Makes good on the step-back jumper. Drexler's got 4 points this quarter. What do you think is the most important thing a player has to focus on when it's this early in the season?
I think a couple of things, Kevin. One is just doing your job, understanding how you best do your job for your team, and then getting comfortable with your teammates and being able to handle the nuances of game plans as you approach different opponents. The mental aspect of getting ready to perform at a high level.
Heat. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Except for them, the next, a road game in New York. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Houston in the lead. Here's Francis. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Houston moving the ball around. Elijah no luck. Outside Jordan. Inside Rockland. Drop past the arc. And the Bulls with another miss.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his mates in the last quarter.
To the middle. Here's Elijah. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Williams. Oh!
My goodness. Much respect for the bounce of Drexler. I mean, this guy knows how to get up and throw it down with flair.
So both teams changing it up here. A little ways to go between now and the 3-point contest, but it's always fun to talk about it. Let's see who has the best shot to earn a spot in this year's event.
And maybe this list changes between now and All-Star Weekend, but I don't think anybody would be disappointed if it stays exactly the same as it is right now.
He's got a place in the 3-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. And he'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more. And as we get closer to the 3-point contest, once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in New York where they'll take on the Knicks. Then on Sunday, they continue the road trip heading out to Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers. And Kevin Porter Jr., all the issues you'd expect from a rookie, Greg. Unforced errors, a few too many fouls and turnovers. But as you and I were talking, and as the coaches told us, the upside is huge.
I tell you, his first step with the ball in his hands is incredible. Can burst by defenders like they're waiting at a bus stop. Once he matures, he is going to be a handful to deal with.
Here's Trier, following the score by Clyde Drexler. 1:19 left to play in the first half. Rodman and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And as a free throw shooter, Rodman has his challenges. One of those guys who almost shoots a better percentage from the field.
He hits the second from the line. Houston leading by 4. Drexler drives in and finished off by Drexler.
A high flyer, yet it's seemingly effortless in terms of how he just swoops in to the basket. Glide the glide in full effect.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers now. Scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
They also haven't been afraid to take it strong to the hoop early on tonight. I like that.
Houston's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Drexler passes to Clear. Porter looking it over. Here's the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from 14, and the jumper is good. Porter's got the lead up to 6 now for the Rockets.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that limit.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, who's able to get it off over the bigger defenders?
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Outside Porter over Barry, and that one comes up a bit short. Porter against Rodman. Comfort outside. And we'll be back with you shortly. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. It didn't look like they'd be in this position at the half, holding a 4-point lead, but it was a very good second quarter for them. Kenny, what you think about the Rockets?
Well, first and foremost, you got to take care of the basketball, and that means playing with poise, making good decisions, and not giving away any possession. They did a great job of that in the first half.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards. And they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it can easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been a clinic so far from Clyde Drexler.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Well, we've got a moment left, 7-4. Brought to you by Gatorade All Fuel Up for the second half. Taking a look at the Bulls. Two coaches out there with Dennis Rodman. Then there's Wennington. It's Michael Jordan. And it's Harper at the point guard position. Here's Drexler. The Bulls getting the bucket. No good on that one. Two coach with the defensive effort.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas.
Oh, finish!
Efficiency personified there. Jordan scoring at will, taking over the game whenever he chooses.
Rockets on offense. To the left wing. Here's Francis. It's blocked. Here's Leonard. And the refs whistling a kick ball. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Pippen against Jordan. Pass to Drexler for three. Another miss by Houston. Outside, Cooper. And slammed up by Jordan.
No doubt about the brilliance of Jordan as a player. Outstanding. Knowing when to go get that alley-oop.
The Rockets trail. Little over the draw here in the second half. Here's Elijah and it's Elijah with the jam.
Ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. The try by Jordan and the dunk by Jordan.
I admire how quickly Jordan gets to the rim. I mean, excellent at slashing to the basket with a lot of force.
For Houston, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming on Milwaukee for break. Drexler with it. He's picked up by Jordan. And stolen by Jordan. To the inside. Stolen by Pippen. Shot from the top of the key. Second chance shot. And it's Elijah missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
The try by Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Jordan is something to watch slamming home the ball, man. This guy is really strong. He does it with force.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Drexler. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket. Shooting a healthy 60% tonight. I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your AD.
And thicker skin, correct?
And that too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then.
Goodness gracious. Here is Harper. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Barry the pass to Harper. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Pippen. Taking a hand on it. Kukoc with the steal. Jordan with it. He's picked up by Pippen. They get it back. Kukoc. Outside Williams. 6 to shoot. From deep, Jordan. And the Bulls with another miss. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements. Got that one up quick. And this game is tied up now. We've got 1:48 left to play in the third. Here's Jordan with the drive.
Pretty good display of strength by Jordan there. Absorbed the contact and still able to nail the shot.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Free throw good, Jordan.
Well, when you watch MJ, Michael Jordan, the championship mentality is obvious. He gives his team everything he has to win game, and then some.
Here's Trier, shoots over Harper, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. For Houston, they have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one early. That one is off. The Rockets making a switch here. Spellman's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. The try by Jordan. Then it goes down 2 points. Jordan's got 15 points here in the second half.
And, even when Jordan gets hit while penetrating, he just stays with it. Great stick-to-itiveness. You cannot corral this guy.
Now here's Porter. From deep. Another miss by Houston. Chicago leading by 4. Outside Jordan. Outside Williams. Here's Harper. Second chance effort. On the pass to Jordan. Driving the lane. Outside Harper. Three-pointer on the way. Nuggets trailed by 4. Freer in the corner. This one for 3. It's all in by the Bulls. Harper's got 5 rebounds tonight. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Barry offers a ton of versatility. Brent is a tall guard with really good handles and a deadly three-point shooter.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. No good on the second free throw.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Freer, guarded by Crawford. And off target that time from Freer. Outside, Booker. Crawford outside. Fires from deep. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And while we take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. Great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession in this way. True team basketball.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So on the floor for Houston, they've got Pippen. Drexler is out there with Elijah. And it's Francis in at the point. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Clyde Drexler. It's Crawford on the wing. And he uses the glass on the lane.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Rockets shooting 40% from the field. Drexler outside. Elijah trying to break free. And that one's good by Drexler. Drexler's got 22.
And how about the offensive explosion here by Clyde Drexler? Has really developed his skill set. No one's been able to match up with him all night.
To the right side. Pocket 6. It's in. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Barry misses. And so here is Houston. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Chicago leading. Out left to the wing. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Crawford gets to Rodman. Another shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
Michael Jordan, he's checked in for Chicago. Harper comes in for Jamal Crawford. And the dunk by Drexler.
Just a terrific all-around scoring effort from him. It's because of that they're even in this game.
The drive by Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
It is a given. Jordan loves delivering in these big moments. When it's an important possession, he wants the ball and the shot.
Rockets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Drexler outside. To the hoop. Deep. And that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. So he hits 1 of 2 from the strike. And so here is Houston. They trail by 1. Drexler against Jordan. To take the lead. Offensive rebound. Here's Olajuwon. And at last, they get one to fall.
And how about the killer cool of Olajuwon? Loves to put the team on his back when the game gets tight.
Back to Jordan. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Rodman goes in. They shut off that time. And Houston the other way. First quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Here's Drexler. Olajuwon. It's good on the putback. And the Rockets lead by 3.
Such a graceful player. Hakeem is light off the ground there for that rebound, and then the skill to send that one home.